as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Baker going to throw this right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Mayfield. Getting the ball to Anderson here on the out route. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Mayfield. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Play fake. Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Panthers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Steps away. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that
he rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. At their own 13-yard line. Jones, another shot here after the pick 6. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And the next-gen stat shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Giants at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll roll, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Their own 29-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Here's James returning. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 36, Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones, rolling to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Panthers 14, Giants 0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they're going to get this up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
It's Barkley on the counter, and he is going to lose yardage here. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Gano the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield off the play fake. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On third down, Jones. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Shaq Thompson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Out route pass complete to Bellinger.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Panthers strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and he's going to be stopped.